Did goldfish sleep? Goldfish are fascinating creatures, but it can be hard to tell what exactly is going on inside the fish tank. Did goldfish sleep? There are many reasons a goldfish might sleep more than usual, including illness, boredom, or simply the time of day. Goldfish tend to rest during daylight hours. The key is knowing what signs indicate when your fish needs medical attention or just some extra TLC, so you can get back to enjoying his antics in no time. What do goldfish look like when they sleep? While goldfish sleep, they will hover near the tank's decoration or lower in their own water source. When asleep and afflicted with an illness to their swim bladder, the organ which helps keeps them afloat and upright, these fish can float upside down on one side at first before being unable to balance themselves properly anymore. When do goldfish sleep? Goldfish don't naturally sleep at night like people do. They can be trained to stay awake during the day and get their best rest when it's dark out though. To make this work for you, first teach your goldie some basic commands like sit, stay, then dim his lights with a low brightness setting so he has enough energy without being overly stimulated. Next, feed him dinner earlier than usual before bedtime, or head outside on an evening with plenty of starry skies overhead. This will help relax those muscles after hours spent swimming against water currents. What happens when fish don't get enough sleep? What happens when fish don't get enough sleep? Just like humans and mammals, fish need to sleep in order to maintain optimal health. If they don't rest properly, the ability for them to fight off illness or infections is reduced, meaning that it's important you turn off your tank lighting system at least 12 hours every single day. How can you distinguish a sleeping fish from a sick one? A fish that is sleeping on the bottom and has no trouble swimming, like a sleeping person would do in their sleep. If they were upside down or sideways, then it's possible this could be due to problems with swim bladder disease, which makes them float instead of sinking into water like other types might want to. If you notice your fish floating on their side, that could be an indication of a bacterial infection or high concentrations of nitrite and ammonia in the water. Regardless, if they are positioned differently than usual for either situation, then it is best to have them checked out by a veterinarian as soon as possible because there may be other more serious problems at hand. If I were able to capture this beautifully written passage without its original context about what can happen when one's pets swim upside down, lying on the ground also has been found with some cases associated lying upwards, but not all, and how these symptoms point towards something being wrong. If you see your fish hovering above the floor, looking a little pale and tired out of water, but not quite ready to go back in yet, turn off all light sources. You'll want he spend some time without interruption, so that way when it is his turn again for an adventure underneath, there will be no distractions or worries about what might happen next. Do goldfish sleep at night? Goldfish don't naturally sleep at night like people do. They need darkness and quiet to be more comfortable when they go into a deeper state of relaxation overnight, so many fish will take advantage by sleeping during these hours. If you make noise around your goldfish or wake them up with loud noises, it can startle awake again, which would disrupt its slumberful state. Thus, if possible, try not to upset the equilibrium between both sides as much as possible, since this leads towards better wellness overall, including having happier pets that are less stressed out in general. If you keep a light on in the tank, goldfish will typically follow your sleep pattern. The best time for them to catch some Z's is when it's dark enough so that they can seek out darkness and try their luck sleeping for 12 hours straight without an interruption or two from our bright white standby generator of captivity. Goldfish need to sleep in order for their bodies and brain cells, which use up a lot of energy during the day. You'll want your Goldie's tank light off when you are not looking so that it can recharge itself with 12 hours worth of darkness each night. Do goldfish sleep upside down? Goldfish are known for swimming upside down, but what causes them to do so? Some people assume that the fish is sleeping or resting. However, this isn't necessarily true. Fish may dream like people do. One wonders if fish dream while they are sleeping. So far we don't have an answer to that question, but recent video footage of a sleeping octopus showed it changing colors, which suggests it may have been dreaming about hiding or sneaking up on prey, which is why octopuses change color when awake. Sleep researchers are interested in the sleep patterns of fish to help them better understand human behavior. Most studies use zebrafish and focus on understanding things like how exhaustion or insomnia affects an individual's ability to fall asleep, along with their circadian rhythms for waking up refreshed every day at dawn without fail. Reasons your goldfish may sleep more than usual. Reasons your goldfish may sleep more than usual. Water temperature fluctuations. Goldfish are usually more sensitive to their specific water temperature, but no goldfish likes it when the temperature changes rapidly. Even a shift of 5 degrees in just one day could cause stress. Fancy or standard breed goldfishes can tolerate greater ranges than fancy tropical breeds. However, as with all living creatures, there's individual variation, so be sure not to leave your pet high and dry by adjusting its environment too much at once. Rapid shifts like these may harm them, even if you don't notice any physical signs right away. Goldfish need to stay at the right temperature in order for them not only live happily but also feed regularly. If you neglect your goldfish, they may become lethargic and lose their appetites, which can lead them down an unfortunate path of illness if left unchecked. The constant sleeping lowers metabolism as well as immunity, so it's best that we keep these little guys happy by making sure their tanks remain between 76 to 78 degrees with 10 to 20 degree increments throughout summer months. When water becomes too warm or cold respectively, give them some love. Cramped tank conditions. Goldfish are highly sensitive to the stress of not having enough room to swim. The smaller their environment, the worse this will make them react. It's important that you provide ample space for your goldie interns or other inhabitants such as plants and decorations so they do not feel cramped up all day long. Posing problems include being packed with too many fish, which can lead towards aggressive behavior over food like nipping. Illness from lack of swimming space to an undersized tank, plus negative energy levels caused by lethargy because there isn't much freedom left when things become messy. Toxic levels of ammonia. Goldfish are a fish that swims in water, so it makes sense they would yawn. But the constant yawning or gasping for breath at the surface of their tank could be signs of low oxygen levels and toxic spikes with ammonia, which may indicate some sort of issue going on internally, like illness or damage from improper care over time. Goldfish need about 2 gallons each to live comfortably, but when kept as pets you should always keep them clean by siphoning off pond scum regularly, because this algae can start causing problems if left unchecked. Adding new plants will provide cover items. Goldfish are well known for their voracious appetites, and one side effect of the never-ending quest to fill themselves up with food is that goldfish produce a lot of waste. This includes both bio-wastes like urine and feces, as well as excess plant matter in your bowl if you don't change it often enough. If lethal levels of ammonia come into contact with aquatic plants, they can kill them easily, so when sleeping or yawning goldfishes start doing this more than usual, then it's time get out those old filters because something doesn't feel right. Conclusion. Georgia pet sitters hope this article will help you understand did goldfish sleep and no maybe sleeping more than usual and what you can do about it. Thanks for reading.